Hi there, my name is Will from LITH-TECH Mobility. Today we're going to be looking at the charging and the joystick display on the LITH-TECH Compact Plus. So first of all, when it comes to charging batteries, everything like that, we need to know where we stand in terms of the battery life we've currently got. The quickest and easiest way to gauge this is actually the joystick itself. So to do so, we're going to switch the joystick on using the green button in the top right corner there. This is going to bring on a couple of sets of lights. The one we want to focus on is this rainbow system here. Some people get confused seeing red and amber thinking, well, they're running out of charge. However, as long as all batteries are lit up, so your 3 greens, your 3 ambers and your 1 red, that indicates fully charged. So similar to the left hand side here, how when we press down, we're going to lose a block. On this right hand side, as the charge depletes, we'll lose a block. So it will go to 2 greens to 1 green, all the way down to just your red and then nothing. An indication to charge would be about your last amber. It will still run on a red, but obviously we don't want to kill the battery. We don't want to run out of charge on a lithium battery because it's going to affect the longevity of your charge. Moving over to the left hand side now, the light I was demonstrating earlier, this is your speed gauge. Speed level 1 for your indoor use, you want to go nice and slow, nice and controlled. All the way up to speed level 5, this is where you're going to get your most acceleration and your most torque. In between the two sets of buttons, we have our horn. Not the nicest noise, but it's there to get the attention of anyone around you for whatever reason you may need it for. Okay, moving on to charging now, we're going to be looking at 2 different options of charging. So the easiest way to charge full stop is from a folded position. In order to fold the chair, the first thing we're going to do is raise the footplate. This just helps balance the chair moving forwards. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to lift up this black tab here, and as we lift it, we're going to use our body weight to shift the backrest forwards. All this has done is it's stopped the automatic locking mechanism from locking in place, allowing us to move the backrest. Having done so, we're now going to raise the footplate towards the back whilst we close it down, almost just like a book. Now what you can see is, with the anti-tip wheels at the back, it's now going to stand stationary on its own. This now allows us to access 2 different types of portals. The first one, which is the easiest way to charge both batteries at the same time, is located just underneath the joystick here, which as you can see from a folded position is far more accessible than when it's pointing down. I'll grab the battery in a moment just so you can see the charger in a moment, just so you can see what the portal actually looks like. But the other way of charging is through the batteries individually. Now this is good if you've had your chair dormant for a little while and you want to give your batteries a new kick of life. So to remove the batteries, you've got a little black button on the top here. So we press this down and this will allow us to slide the battery straight out. Only weighs about 1.5 kilos in weight, so it's very manageable for the majority of people. And just in this, underneath this tab, we've got a little adapter, exactly the same as the one underneath here. So you don't need an adapter, it's the same cable for the same charger. We just slide that back in. So another way of knowing your sort of battery life. So this is more for troubleshooting purposes, or if you feel like one battery is not performing anymore. We've got a little blue dot on top here. We press down on here, and as you can see, we've got E for empty, F for full. And unlike the other system, this is just red and green lights. Same sort of rule of thumb applies. As long as all lights are lit up, regardless of the color, we're fully charged. As we start to deplete, we're going to lose them sort of one at a time until we're just at the red, and then it'll be dead. So I'll grab the cable very quickly, just so you've got a visual representation. Standard 3-pin socket, so anywhere in the UK, restaurants, cafes, in your own home, safe to plug in. And then on the other side, we've got the small charging head here. As was discussed, it will fit not only straight in through the front here, but also with a lift of a tab, straight in directly through the battery. One little thing worth noting on the battery itself is there's a little indicator here. You can't see it now because it's not plugged in. Whilst charging, this will light up red. Once it's fully charged, it will then flick to green, showing that it's stopped putting power into the batteries because they're fully charged and ready to be disconnected. So, we sidestep now, we've got another model of LITH-TECH Compact Plus. The main difference is this is our 2025 model moving forwards. So a lot of you are familiar with the older 2022 to 2024 model, and we've made a couple of quality of life changes. First one you'll probably notice is we now have this little tab here. So as opposed to a push, because a lot of our clients were struggling with arthritis, loose, like poor joints, so pushing down was causing a lot of stress. But so it's far easier to now, with no resistance, pull straight back, allowing us to just slide it straight out. Same batteries, only difference being we now have a wider portal. So the reason for the wider portal comes with a couple benefits. First of all, with it not being so small and fiddly, it's a lot easier and a lot more accessible for people with a bit less control in their hands, Parkinson's, anything like that. Makes it a lot easier to get it in. And with the added plastic around, it also makes it a lot more it's sort of fracture proof for the charger itself. So it's going to increase the longevity of not only the charger, but also make your life that little bit easier when it comes to charging. That's also the same change for the portal on the actual joystick itself. So just slide that straight back in, lift and a drop. So on this side, as you can see, it's also exactly the same charging port. Just here, same charging port, slightly thicker than the older model for the same benefits. Now another difference is the actual light system itself. So when we turn it on now, you can see it's only ambers and green. So we're lacking that red light. No difference, same rule of thumb applies. As long as everything is lit up, regardless of the colour, we are fully charged. Same thing happens as we start to lose charge, we start to deplete like these blocks do on the left here. Rule of thumb still applies as you get down to your last bar, last 2 bars, that's your prompt to give it a charge. Don't be too scared if you get a little bit lower, you've still got legs to get yourself home, get yourself charged. Same way to turn it off. Exactly the same in terms of the horn, no difference, just a couple of quality of life changes to the chairs themselves. And I believe we've covered everything off in today's video. Thank you for watching.